It's day 6 of week 10 of the Back to Fitness programme. We're heading rapidly towards the end of the week and towards the end of the programme as well. Today we've got another stepping session for you. It'll last about 20 minutes and it'll be relatively tough for a stepping session. So we're going to start off as always with 5 minutes of plain stepping. On with the left, on with the right, off with the left, off with the right. On with the left, on with the right, off with the left, off with the right, and so on. Continue that for 5 minutes and that should be a really good warm-up. The next one that we're going to do is a little bit trickier and we're only going to do that for between 2 and 3 minutes. We're going to step on with the left, then we're going to swing your right leg up and swing it out to the side. Bring it back down onto the floor and then off with the left. Step on with the right, bring up our left leg and swing that out to the side, back onto the floor and then off with the right. As I say, that one is a bit trickier because we are rotating our hip flexors, the one that goes out to the side rather than the one that goes back and forward, which we're more used to flexing. And of course it challenges us in terms of our balance. But that's what's so good about this one, is that it is helping to build our sense of balance. Good, so once we've done that, we're going to do another 5 minute session. This time we're going to swing our leg forward. So step on with the left, swing your right leg up and swing it forward, bring it back onto the floor, step off with the left. Step on with the right, swing your left leg up and forward, bring it back onto the floor and step off with the right. That one's quite straightforward. So 5 minutes of that one. Now we're going to get back onto exercise 2. So you'll remember that we did that for 2 or 3 minutes because it was going to be a bit harder to do. So we're going to make up the rest of our 5 minutes by doing another 2 to 3 minutes of that again. So on with the left, swing your right leg up to the side, back to the floor, off with the left. On with the right, swing your left leg up and out to the side, back onto the floor and off with the right. So 2 to 3 minutes of that should be quite adequate. Now we're going to finish off the session with 5 minutes of plain stepping, on with the left, on with the right, off with the left, off with the right, and so on. So I think that's quite a good session and I hope you enjoy it. It's got another little bit of a challenge for you and is going to start exercising and stretching and make flexible these hip flexors, which are so important. They're not important really in terms of ordinary running, but if you, and this is also why we're doing so many balancing things now, because you're running on one leg at a time, you know, if you think about it, you've only ever got one foot in contact with the ground at any one time. It's important that we do get that sense of balance right. And also, and this is why we're doing the hip flexor thing, if you do have a stumble, then you're more likely to stumble to the side, and we don't want you getting an injury. So having your hips flexible in all directions and stronger is going to help you to avoid getting a significant injury. You might still, get a strain, but you can be over that in a day or two. Whereas if you get a tear, then that could be months before that gets fixed. I've yet, though, in many years of running and coaching, to come across anybody who has had a tear. Strains, yes, accidents do happen. But let's be prepared for it like all good Boy Scouts. Okay, so that's your session today. Tomorrow is the last day of the week. We're going out for our final attempt at the run of 2 times 15 minutes with 3 minute walk in between. Remember, don't put yourself under a huge amount of stress over this. Don't worry about it. Don't lose any sleep. In fact, you want to have the best sleep of the week tonight. If you can't manage it, then there's no shame in that. If you do what you are able to do, plus a little bit more, then that is something to be totally proud of. You can redo the week, and this time next week, you'll be ready for it. If not, then you can redo the week again. But, you know, when we get towards this end of the programme, your body has adapted. It knows what it's doing. You know what you're doing. Mentally, your brain has come to accept the fact that you are doing these silly exercises and you are doing these longer runs, so it's not objecting quite so much. The troublesome chimp might still be there, but he's not being so much of a trouble as he was in the early stages. So I think by the time you get to this stage of the programme, it's less likely that you're going to have to repeat a week. I think if you were repeating, perhaps because of your weight or your body shape or a lack of motivation or whatever, it would probably be in the earlier weeks. Really, by the time you get to here, you are committed and you've done so much to get to this stage that you ain't giving up now. But if you do need to take an extra week, then that is absolutely fine. You have to go by what your individual body is telling you to do. Okay, so that was a bit of a haver, wasn't it? So good luck with today's stepping session. Hope you enjoy these exercises, and we'll see you tomorrow for the big one. Bye for now.